So, we're going to start our first park in the Time Twister scenario pack here. The expansion. So we've done all... I think the only thing is Mega Park. I don't think this has like an end objective, so I didn't do this one. We did all the base game. All of Corkscrew Follies. We just finished... No, we finished Loopy's Landscape before. That was a different one. We did all of the base game of Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 and Wacky Worlds. Must have been Corkscrew Follies that we finished on. No? Yeah, no, it was this one, because we did Venus Bonds. But we'll be jumping into Time Twister. So we're getting pretty close to the end here, so these will be kind of themed in different ways. Some interesting stuff here. And, yeah. So without further ado, let's jump into Sherwood Forest. To liberate wealth from the rich and distribute it to the needy, you and your merry men have decided to build a theme park in Sherwood Forest. So am I the needy one that needs all the money, and all my guests are the rich with all the wealth? Is that what it is? That's funny. Well, that's a lot of space taken up by a golf course. Oh boy. I don't know if I like that. They're probably gonna be... Oh, this is the second game, so that means we can unlock the ATM. It'll be nice. I'm actually looking forward to doing scenarios from this because we can use the ATM. Such a good thing. I mean, look at all these shops already. And we even start with the ATM. Look at that. Oh. Let's just put it there. See how quickly people use it. Probably don't really need it quite yet. Okay. There we go. Oh, is this raised up? Oh, they're above everything. Okay, we'll get a second bathroom. How many workers do we have? Do we have any workers? We do have a few. Remember, if you want to be a worker in our park, you can fill out that redemption, or you can redeem the redemption for that. And those benches, those are really weird looking benches. I'm so sleepy. Well, go get some sleep, Anna. Like, set a timer on your phone so you can wake up in time for those things that you wanted to do, and get some rest. Okay, so we only need 1,000. Wait, is there a pathway that goes underground? Interesting. It's a lot of trees. They're probably really expensive to get out too. Whoa! That was $116? Holy cow. Alright. Don't want to sleep this early. And also, why are there sirens?
Oh, hello.
Sirens? What kind of sirens are you talking about? Oh, it's part of the music, probably. It's probably a part of the music. Yeah. It's not from the game. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm safe. They're not coming for me yet. I haven't done anything that bad. Everyone's still safe. They haven't, everyone has survived in the park so far. They haven't died yet. Is that the only one? Wow. The mace, right? That's right. There's so many different skins for different rides in this game. Okay. Well. I don't put, can we just... Can we go like this? Oh, it's like a Space Rings skin. Gotcha. Okay. I was like, it's gotta be something I've seen before, but it looks so different from other stuff. Alright, let's get a... Oh, we only have... They really are getting that theme down. We only have 6 different pathways to choose from. Interesting. And only... You can't even do a red... That's funny. Let's do that so it's not too long. How much is this? 50 cents? How about at least $1? It's a really good value! Okay. What are people thinking? I've been queuing for golf for ages. Yeah, let's help them out by making this queue line a little shorter. There we go. Alright, now not as many people are... Now, not so many people will say they've been queuing for Crazy Golf for ages. Look, it's going down already. Look at that. Trebuchet ride is a good value. Alright. Alright, how about 250? Toffee apples. Guessing it's one of those two, huh? Okay, let's do that. Okay, people aren't thinking that anymore. They're like, not as much of a good value. Log. Train Junior Coaster. Honestly, you could probably do like $3 for that. Want to go on something more thrilling than Crazy Golf? I think they were misled by the name of our mini golf course. They thought it was literally going to be crazy, but it's just still mini golf. So, what were you expecting? It's golf. Okay. Oh, we already start with balloons? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So the goal is to have ride tickets. At least $1,000. Okay. Monthly. Where are we at right now? We're almost halfway there already. That's crazy. That is nuts. Okay. So, we do have a lot of benches around already, so people should be comfortable with sitting and all that. Wow, people do not want to go on the circus. Not paying that much. How much is it? What, $1? Now they just want to go on something more thrilling. Now they're like, oh man, shoot, they've called our bluff. I want to go on something more thrilling than the circus. put two TV screens. I don't think it needs any more than that. Okay. All right. Let's see, what else? Do we have an information kiosk yet? We don't even have an information kiosk? What kind of place is this that doesn't have an information kiosk? Alright, trees, can you get out of the way? Where's a good spot for this? Maybe there, I guess. I can at least get to it on multiple sides. Looks like we have an ad starting here shortly, so bear with me while the ads go. Let's see. Probably don't need a medical tent, first aid room. Witch's Brew Soup. So we got candy apples and lemonade. Do donuts. Okay. Alright, there we go. Ads just started. So we'll try not to do too much while everyone's in ads. I don't want to have people kind of left out there, so that'll give me a chance. I'll got the Mariners game going on my phone here, so it's been fun watching them play. Starting to turn things around a little bit. Okay. What are we researching? Got a merry-go-round? Okay. We got some gentle rides. Done this one, done that one, that one, that one. So we can do the merry-go-round and the bumper cars. We haven't done those two. Everything else is done. How big is the park? Where's all this? I think it's funny they have like these animatronic like people or whatever, but they're like way bigger than the people in real life. they're practically like giants, and same with like the other, like these horses and all this other detail. Because then these trees look like bushes compared to them. It's pretty funny. But these houses, they look too small. Very strange. There's not a lot of space. Can we buy more land? Yeah, we can get a bit, but not much. This is interesting. We're like in a little bowl. So yeah, we can get some. How much is this? $90 a tile. Woo, that's expensive. Okay. Well, I'm guessing we probably won't do that. Flying roller coaster. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What are people? People kind of settled down a little bit. What are they thinking? They'll have been queuing a long time. Do I need to make this even shorter? It's already 1, 2, 3, only 3 tiles long. It's not very long at all. Trebuchet ride is a good. Okay, so this is still a good value. Yeah, there you go, Varkin. Maybe you can kind of encourage Anna to take a nap or something. You're very sleepy. You want to sleep. I think the park map is affordable. Yeah. It only costs 10 cents. That's not too bad. Trebuchet, park map. Great scenery. Hey, I like that. Not paying that much for a park map? What do you mean? It's only $1. And you have an ATM. How many people have used this so far? No one. You run out of money, just go get an ATM. The umbrella is a good value. Not paying that much for... You know what? Eventually you're gonna want one. Eventually you're gonna get lost. Okay. How are we doing? 641. Wow. Okay. Let's see what... Okay, everyone's back now. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and do something else. Thinking I could do something like down here and have the pathway come down. Something like that. So you know what? Let's do the exit right there. So there was an update for the game for the OpenRCT2 thing. Oh, it's moving, so you get to see it in real time. Yeah, and then they said they had little icons for what they look like. So that's pretty cool. So you can kind of see what they look like. I guess we could do canvas tints. I guess that kind of is fitting, right? Or they're all doing like the log cabin one. Okay, let's do that. All right. Oh, I see. It's doing that. Doing this here. And it goes down to dirt. Okay. We'll do some other stuff around this as well. We could put some food or a bathroom over. Well, we have a bathroom there. You can do some food. If we did soup. Nothing like soup and a merry-go-round, huh? Yeah, this is a good remix of Final Fantasy. Is this Midgar? I've never played the game. I've seen it quite a bit. Such a long game. I don't know if I could play through it. Alright, so we have that. Kind of bummed there's only one. There's only one thrill ride. That's too bad. This is a pretty cool looking one. If we did this, it almost fits in with the theme a little bit. If we do something like this over here and have a pathway go around, come off the other corner. Do something like this. Gonna just save up a little bit of money. Need more people to ride that carousel. One of my all-time favorite ARPGs, the original turn-based version. I remember watching my cousin play that. And my cousins and aunt and uncle lived with us for a little while. And my cousin had a PlayStation. I remember watching him play Final Fantasy VII. So there's a little bit of nostalgia from that, because I never really knew much about Final Fantasy when I was a kid, even though it was around. And yeah, never had a console that really played it outside of like Game Boy, but even that, yeah. Othnia, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, I did miss out, I guess. I mean, I was a bit young for a lot of that, so I probably a lot of it would have just gone over my head. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, maybe someday I'll play. But I got so much of a backlog already. I wouldn't mind playing Final Fantasy VII at some point. I know they came up with the newer versions, but I feel like I don't know. I like turn-based. I don't like the real-time. Exhausted. Do you have a long day, Althnia? How was your day? Alright, we're gonna get some money here. Need to pay for this coaster. People not buying tickets? Maybe I need to change the coaster to be 2 different, yeah. Alright, let's do that. I'm gonna close it, but only for a little bit once I get to the end here. Oh, but it's really slow. I have to double check that those are all still in place. It's a very slow coaster. Not very many, like, ups and downs. I mean, like, at least, like, fast sections like that. Okay. What is this? Is this... No, that's... Okay, there we go. There's that. Let's see if we can change it to 2 trains. 1 at 7, 2 at 5. There we go, perfect. And let's test it just to make sure that it gets past some of these spaces, because sometimes having the longer train helps it get past certain spots. So... see if there's enough juice to get it through these sections here. Ooh, that goes slow. I feel like they could get stuck really easily. Oh, man. You know what? That's a little too close. This one right here. I need to make sure that's a lift hill. Okay, let's test it again. Cleaned a lot. Ah, okay. Spring cleaning day. There's a lot to go through. A lot of dust bunnies under the cabinet. A lot of dishes in the sink. Okay, gets past that one. There's more mass or more weight in the coaster when there's people on it, so it should kind of carry it around that big corner. Okay, it's at least going all the way through, so that's good. That helps. You want it to get stuck somewhere. All right. Ooh, you know what? Actually, before that, sorry, people. Let's refurbish it. All right. New grand opening. And how long is it to go through? Almost a minute and a half. So they need, let's have them wait at least like 15 seconds. Just so they're kind of spaced out. And now we don't have enough for that coaster. Okay.
Oh, hey, yo.
Hey, welcome in, Bob. There we go. There's the push-ups. Are we getting a joke? Is Bob one here, a funny one? Now that I said it, he's like, well, maybe not. No, there we go. All right, push-ups and a joke. Yeah, I know Bob too well. I know that he likes trying to punish me, but he also likes a good time too. So.
This guy stinks.
Thank you. See, look at that. You got a lot more speed coming through here, and there's people on it. We could probably do like 20 seconds. Okay. I will do my push-ups. Let's do them while we'll watch these people go on this coaster and wish we were there too. All right. Let's see. Let's get angled down so you can actually see I'm actually doing it. Not just counting to myself. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job. Okay. Ooh. How are you doing, Bob? Welcome in. Let's see. All right, joke time. Let's see. Where do we leave off? Bob, this sounds like something you would do. But, you know, as someone who doesn't want to hold on to things for too long, you know, you don't want to hold on to junk. So, you know, there's something that I did today that really helped with that. I gave away all my dead batteries. You know, who needs them? But, you know, the good thing is I gave them away free of charge. So, you know, no need to hold on to those anymore. There you go. How do you like that one? Huh? Was that? Did you guys get that? Did you get the joke? Huh? Did he get it? LOL. Okay, we got an LOL out of Bob. All right, he's. In other words, he's typing LOL and going. Just that little exhale kind of. I could just imagine him though, in his house, just bursting out laughing. Like, what was that for? What was so funny? Oh, Fuzzy Pickles told a joke and it's actually really funny. No. I wouldn't expect that. Okay, let's get another kiosk over here on this end of the park. Now that the rain is gone, dead. Smokey woke me up at 13 a.m. I mean 3 a.m. this morning. This is after being in LOL Bob's room for 4 hours. 8 hours of work, and then spent some time disassembling panels and putting those into piles to use as firewood. Ah, man. Sounds like a fun day. I know. Cheddar will, at least, usually, I don't know, not every night he does this, or I guess morning, but, he'll jump up on the bed, and when he sees you, or he greets you, he just goes, ah! He just kind of screams. And he always, I think his tongue is too long. His tongue is always out. It's so cute. but he just like comes up and he's just like, eh! And just meows really loud. It's like, we're sleeping, hush. And he does that a couple times, and he'll want, like, he doesn't quite want to snuggle or like lay down. He'll do that for a little bit, but he won't like sit still, and then he'll hear something outside of the room, and then he'll jump and run away. So, how dare you tell funny jokes? Yeah, I know, it's how rude of me. I shouldn't be doing that, right? Smokey will make biscuits and turn into a loaf on you. Yeah, sometimes he'll do biscuits if we have a certain one of those, like, what do they call that? I forget. A certain material of blanket, and he really likes that. And I guess it feels like his mom's tummy, and so he'll make biscuits on it. So, Storage Shoreman, how's it going? Dropping a like for you, Fuzzy. Have a blessed stream, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for following the other night. Good to see you again. Thanks for dropping by. Let's check out ticket sales. Yeah, it's been a little more stagnant, but we can probably redo some of these ones. How much would it be to do that? Is anyone on the ride? Nobody's in the queue line. What if we did this? How much is it to do? 175. Hey, Panda, thank you for following. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here. Hope you're having a good night. What brought you in? How did you find the stream? Always find it interesting to see how people find the stream. Usually it's either based on the game that I'm playing, like this. People are like, oh, I just really like Rollercoaster Tycoon. Or they find it through the Christian tag or like family friendly or something like that. So probably should get another couple handymen, which you can again keep one down in the corner. Whoop. Where to go? Nelly, get back here. Oh, Nelly. Yeah. Clean up that lemonade bottle. I don't know why the lemonade bottles they're drinking from, it looks like champagne bottles. But it always makes me think of that. Not really sure what they were going for with that, but that's what comes to mind. Okay, what else? Did the Ferris wheel, did the circus. This thing doesn't need to be refurbished because it doesn't break down. Oh, this one here. What's the reliability of this? 75? We're okay. But redoing that should... We still got a week left. Yeah, we should be able to surpass. This should be our best month yet, I think. We got a little less than a week left to get a little bit more. Depends on how fast they can get through this coaster. But maybe we can find... We did get the corkscrew. Maybe we'll just find something small to do with the corkscrew instead. We can do a couple of these really short ones. I at least played some Mega Man 3 randomizer. I think I need to tweak some more settings before I throw that into rotation. Ah, okay. That sounds like fun. Alright, is this too much? I guess I could turn down the speed. We'll see what this does. If it's... Try that out. Yeah, well, the intensity actually dropped quite a bit. It was at like, wasn't it like at 7? So we'll go with that. 10. Should have some pretty fast throughput too, so hopefully people will appreciate this. Okay. Get plenty of garbage cans around. I think we've got enough. I hope. Romans, hey, welcome back. Good to see ya. How are you doing tonight? How do Mega Man randomizers work? That would be fun to try. Yeah, I've never played a randomizer type mod for a game, but they do sound pretty fun. Maybe depending on the game, but yeah, I don't know. I've seen that before with like, they'll do that a lot with like Zelda. I've seen someone do that with like A Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time or something like that, and that always sounds interesting. But I don't really know those games very well. I need to pick a game that I'm actually like pretty good at. Alright, we're making some good cash now, I think, but look at that. We're up to 776. We're only a week or so in and we're already up to 309. I think this is going to be making us a lot of money. We've already made... Oh, we're going to make 2,500 profit an hour. Man, I should build one of these in my backyard. Get all the neighbor kids to ride the roller coaster. That'd be a good business, right? Let's see. I've tried Final Fantasy 1. It's always a fun challenge. I've never even played that game, even just without randomizers. Wow, we're only 12 days in and we made it halfway there. We're definitely going to make it with this one. These coasters really help. Alright, let's build some more food or something over here. Fries. People like fries, huh? And I don't think we have any like normal like drinks. That and maybe a bathroom. I guess we can do another bathroom. People like to use the bathroom, right? I do. Like, this is a bathroom-free park. If you need to go, you gotta go. Get out of here. I can't believe that people actually ride this, and it's almost... I mean, it's a little less than half the price of this other coaster that's like a minute and a half long. Oh man, we're gonna crush it. Alright, what else? We'll still play, even though we'll beat the scenario, we'll still play it for a while. Have some fun with it, so... Or I'm not gonna... I won't just be done in like 5 minutes. There's a lot that we can still do. Even though we don't have a whole lot of room in this park, we can still put a few more coasters and things like that, but we just need to get some more income, so we just need people to go through these rides a little faster. No thoughts about this ride, huh? Not hungry. Got a map. 3809 is a good value. Is that what this is? Really? If you insist. Ferris wheel is a good value too, really. See, a lot of this, we really haven't built much of anything. We've built these kind of space ring type ride, Ferris wheel, this coaster, and then kiosks and things. So they said this was a good value, huh? I guess because we it's not old. As a ride ages and the reliability goes down, then they'll pay less. So if you replace it, then they'll think it's a new ride. So, all right, well, they're happy. I am fine with that. Let's see. Try to get try to save up some more cash and we can build another coaster. It's a little bit slow going here. It could be mean and charge for the bathroom. What if we do that? 10 cents. People even using it? No, no one's used it yet. No one's used all their money. Oh! There you go. Yeah, this is one of the scenario types that are pretty easy. They should bump it up to like 1,500 or like 2,000. Then it'd be a little bit more difficult. But they also started you off with a lot in this park. They probably shouldn't have given you this coaster. But you start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rides. I guess we can try to make these other rides kind of fit in. And this should be a log cabin, right? Okay. The colors here don't really match very well, though. So, should they be like green to be like trees or something? There. They're robin colors. It's red, black, and yellow. And it's because we're in Sherwood Forest. Get it? Okay. Don't quit your day job, streamer man. Don't worry, I won't. Okay. What else do we want to do? Again, I keep using more money, buying little things and kiosks and stuff.
Oh, hey, yo.
Hey, Creepy Pro, welcome in. Checked in 50 times. Man, has it really been 50 times already? Man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well, Creepy Pro. Thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. Okay. What else do we want to do? Or should we just... See, we're making a lot of money, but we're also losing a lot. Research... Are we researching much anymore? Maybe just do normal, because we only have roller coasters left. Let's do minimal. Doesn't really matter. Save a little bit of money there. Excuse me. Oh, we built a ride. Okay, we spent like 1,000. So we got ride running costs. We got landscaping. Okay. So what's landscaping? Was that me like placing benches and things like that or something? Maybe part of it was doing, I don't know. Maybe like pathways and stuff are included in that. I don't know. Technically, I have been in more than 50 times. It just has been 50 times since the check-in started keeping track. Anyway, God bless you. That's true. That's true. The check-in little feature thing is still somewhat new-ish. It hasn't really been in place all that long. So you are definitely not wrong with that one. Wow, our first month we actually hit 1,500 and that's crazy. Landscaping would be cutting the grass and stuff like that, I assume. Yeah, but I don't have any... My workers, I don't have them cutting grass. I have that, so you can tell them what to do. And so right now we have the checkbox activated for sweeping footpaths, watering the gardens, and emptying trash cans. Which, honestly, if it rains enough, you don't need to worry about watering gardens. So I might take that off, because there's a lot of flowers, and they could probably get a little too busy doing that when luckily the flowers perk up when it rains, like it is right now in game. They're getting plenty of water. So I think I wonder if it's just anything that's in this, like, in here. Trees, bushes, fountains, flowers. I know I put some of these kinds of things up. I put some walls and stuff. How much is this? $5. Oh, that's not very much. I mean, I did a few of those. I've done TVs and trash cans, benches, things like that. So, I don't know. Hey, Yoshi, holy moly, it's Rollercoaster Tycoon. It certainly is. It certainly is. Such a fun game. Yeah. Yeah, especially when you use the OpenRCT2 mod. That really modernizes the game and adds a lot of features and fixes a lot of things. So, which is what we're using along with this. Great way to play. We're gonna get enough cash. Do we need to do another... Probably need to find another coaster. Another short coaster. Have something like this we could do. If we do this, we can have a pathway go through it. It's kind of fun. Okay. All right, people should like that one. And the queue line does not need to be very long. Should have some pretty quick throughput, so people are not going to be waiting in line very long. So I'm not going to worry about putting many queue line TVs. But a lot of people can be in one. Let's see, was it 4 cars? So 16 people, that's pretty good. Why? Oh, the trash can's full. It's like, people are already throwing things on the ground. Put another, we kind of took out half the garbage cans because we have something from the opposite side of the footpath there. So, people like soup. Are we selling a lot of soup? Yeah, we're selling a fair amount. Profit about $100 an hour. Okay. How much profit has this done? This has probably done a ton. Almost 8,000 in profit per year. Total profit only 2 so far. Okay. That means in real world today hours. It's not too bad. And they still think it's a good value. Okay. What else are people thinking? They already have park map. I think that this coaster is a good value. Well, people, that was just an introductory price. Okay. All right. Getting a little bit more cash. What else can we build? We got, we can do bumper cars. That's like the last gentle ride we can do. We only have 1 thrill ride. We've already done that. It was already in the park. We could do some other coasters, but we need to save up for them. I'm glad we already met the requirements for our scenario. Fighting Knights bumper cars, that's funny. Okay. Not much color you can change. I'm fine with it. It looks fine. It looks okay. So I was thinking we can do a fun like pathway through here. And then we can do that. I don't know how much people are gonna like bumper cars. It's usually not the most exciting thing. But hey, at least it's nice to have something. Everyone's like bouncing off. They're like, nah, I'm good. Oh, there's some people getting in line. That's good. Want to go on something more thrilling, but it's a good value. If you say so. Did we do the cookie shop yet? I don't think we did the cookie shop. Got that. Cookies and coffee. People like coffee. People like cookies. It's a good combination spot. I think coffee and donuts would have been a better combination, but we already have a donut shop over here. Cookies, coffee, both sugar-free. How's it going, Psycho Joker? Good to see you. How have you been, my friend? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to? Ah, look at that. Hey, it's like only the second time someone's actually used the unlurk. command. That's funny. It's been a busy, rough few weeks. Yeah, I would imagine so. I remember, I haven't seen you stream in a little while, so. But doing okay, sickness going through its cycles and people back and forth, gotcha, myself included. Well, I hope that you're through the worst of it and that, that you're doing better and hopefully over the worst of it by now. So blessed to see you. It's good to see you too. Oh, you're talking to each other. You're not talking to me. Silly me. Hey streamer, see yourself out. This is an A-B conversation. Okay. Silly of me to assume that. Alright, what else can we build? What else we got? There was a smaller bobsled. I did do that one. It's pretty simple. And we can actually afford that one. There was another one that was kind of small as well. It's a relative term. These are all huge. Yeah, I did that one this one last time at our last park, and it was good. But man, they get a lot of speed and they don't really work it off. So let's do this one. For me, it's mostly just been extra super congestion in the head. Not my favorite. No, I don't blame you. That's not definitely not my favorite either. Man, it's getting cold. Not gonna lie, the sign of a good community when chatters talk to each other and not always at the stream. That's true. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So I'm happy that people will chat amongst themselves and all that kind of stuff. So it's just good to see people having a good time and keeping conversation going and stuff like that. So as long as it's not just me talking to myself, I mean, I can do that enough on my own. I don't need to do that on the internet. So okay, really good value. You don't say. Let's bump up the price. Are they waiting to get on and go? Take off the minimum wait time. As soon as they're on, they can go. Well, maybe it is good to have that. Space them out a little bit more. I thought there was more than just... Is there more? Is there really only 4? Shoot. Doing alright just as a human, not even as a Christian, but don't understand how people are so unbelievably cold and callous. Yeah. But as a Christian, it's like tripled or more for me. It hurts to see that stuff go on, yeah. Just so you aren't totally lost, we're talking about the Bible biking video I posted today. Not sure if you've seen it, but it will explain our comments. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. I have not seen it. But yeah. I'll check that out after the stream. Hopefully I can remember to do that. Too crowded here. Alright, let's get a couple... We can connect the pathway up here. I'm sure people will like that. Oops. Do that. Like placing down these pathways. I think that's technically called landscaping. I feel like it also depends on what area of the country you're in, because I know when I, living up in the Northwest, and I grew up in Washington, like people are just kind of keep to themselves, or are much quieter and colder. They have that Northwest cold shoulder. But then I was down the south for a while. People are very friendly down there. And then now that I'm east of the mountains, it's also kind of not on the coast and all that, not in the Seattle area. People are definitely more friendly here too, so. But you're down in the south, I think, Psycho, right? Semi-south, Arkansas. Okay, well, the mid-south. I feel like it would be somewhat, nice there. I feel like it wouldn't be as cold like you're saying, but I guess it depends on what city you're in or you're near or whatnot. So, that's too bad. Grew up with Southern manners taught to me, so just... it's also just plain human decency. Yeah, pretty much. Couldn't agree more. The moral awareness is definitely at a loss. I'm just blessed to have people around me like you and Fuzzy Pickles and others whom you know. Can't say anything though. I too am an ungrateful, disgusting moral at times. Well, we all are. We all have our mistakes and we all make bad choices. That's why it is a present to be able to communicate with other sensible, honest people. Yeah, it's nice to always have, you become more like the people you're around, so it's always good to be around those kind of people that you want to be like. So, hey, that makes sense. So what do these chairs even look like? Can we even tell? Are they just... Can 3 people sit in them? It looks like... Are they like 3 separate little stools, or are they connected? Hard to tell. It's kind of funny how many different bench variations there are. Alright, that's staying full. This is staying full. Let's put some of these little TV screens in here. Don't need all of them, but we can do some. Yeah. Are we gonna make this like green, like it's grass or something? I don't know. Oh yeah, we need to do the log cabin style. Gotta keep the theme going here, huh? And then we can do our dividers. It's a little wall thing. There we go. What he said, the deplorable behavior I saw today was just, I don't even know another word for it other than evil, and most people today wouldn't consider it as such, Love my life here on Earth, but I have to admit, I pray more and more that Jesus returns sooner rather than later. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I like to try to keep up with different things going on in the news, at least somewhat, but man, sometimes it's like it's almost better if I don't, because then you don't have to see all the terrible things going on. And, not fun. Okay. For as well as things are going, I feel like we're not really making very much money. I like to, build more stuff, but we have a lot of income coming in, it feels like. Oh, Hermione is still here. Nice. Hug, not a chug. You're just hugging whatever you're chugging, but on the inside, right? This is like an inside hug. About to go. All right. Well, appreciate you hanging out, Hermione. Thank you for being here. When are you streaming next? What can we look forward to seeing you play when you're on? Or have you been pretty busy with the school and teaching and all that? Doing another simulator? Sounds like fun. Sleep at a reasonable time. Yeah, no, that's good. I know, I usually stay up later than I wish to, and it's like half the time I want to keep playing, and then half the time I get off, and then I'm just hanging out either in the channel that I rated to or another one, like someone else goes live, and it's like, well, I want to hang out because they're still here, but I need to get up, and tomorrow I need to get up a little bit earlier too, because I need to get to work early, to get off early, to then get to band practice by 4 o'clock. Ugh. There's a laundromat one I found was recommended, and you still have Timberborn. Okay. Laundromat simulator, that might be interesting. If it wasn't for already having a bunch of different games, I would look into that one that's like Blockbuster Simulator. That like retro video store simulator that just came out. So, alright, have a good night, Hermione. Thank you for being here. Let me give a couple shout outs to some people, including Hermione. Try to remember all the people that have been here from the beginning. The green slide piece looks amazing. Yeah, I thought that would fit well, somewhat. This is not cold here, obviously. Oh yeah, Doug the Gamer was here early at the beginning. Bobsled, yes. Varkin says, I played a band too, but my air guitar is in the shop. Ah, man. I know, when you need to get it like charged with more CO2, that's expensive. Hopefully you're able to get some more. Heard they're running low. And you're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for those things must take place. That is not the end. That is not yet the end, yeah. That is true. Yeah. Let's see. We got Psycho Joker. That's right. We have Swank here as well. It's been awesome seeing Swank getting back to streaming. I know you're taking a break for a while. It's good to see you streaming again. Psycho Joker, have you been playing anything on the side outside of streaming then, since you've been taking a break a little bit? Anything else interesting you've been playing or anything? Things going well with Becky? Is she doing any better? Let's see, who else is here? So we had Bob. Bob was here too. He might be asleep already. And then, oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, Sweet Tea raided us, and I didn't even give him a shout out. Got a raid from Sweet Tea earlier. I think that might be it from people that said hello and hopped in. I'm trying to think back and see if there's anyone else that I know of that streams. That might be it. I think that's everyone. Do you know Sweet Tea, Pickle Orthodox? He's another Christian streamer. He's been playing some Minecraft. He's on that realm that I'm on as well. And then he's been doing some other, I think he's doing, was it Valorant? Is that what it, I forget what that's called. It's another one of those online competitive shooter games. He's been playing that a bit lately too. But it looks like he finished off his stream playing Minecraft. I toyed around in Fallout a bit, but even normal gaming has taken a bit of a break. We did try a new game that we hope to stream together soon. Oh, fun. She's been doing well. Probably have some updates about the cancer stuff we need to post. I'll ask her about it tomorrow if she has time to do so. Sounds good. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. Point in the ads. Okay. I've seen it before. It's funny to me because there are so many people with names that are just straight up some type of food or drink. That is true. That is true. All right, well, guys, enjoy your ads. I know you guys always do. All right, at least the queue lines are full, so that's good. People are actually writing stuff. That's a good sign. There's no empty rides. Even the circus has people there. So most of these have constant people coming in, so this is good. I'll wait to respond to some of these messages until you guys get back from the ads as well. I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know if you guys get back early. Supposedly you have a 1 minute left. I don't know how accurate it is. You are back? Okay, the little counter thing is not very accurate. It still says there's a minute left in ads in progress. It's kind of strange. But then again, I don't know if you guys start before it even begins, because it'll say I don't know, Psycho Joker, you probably know this. If you're looking at the Twitch Stream Manager, and there's that ad manager little add-in you can look at, it'll have a countdown for you have a minute before ads are gonna start, and it probably starts before it gets down to 0. But literally, it still says there's 20 seconds left in the ads. Anyways, LOL, 1 minute left. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch being Twitch, I guess, right? Yeah, love to hear an update about Becky, but no pressure. I don't want to put that on you guys. I'm just love you guys, and hope things are going all right and things are coming along and whatnot. And that'll also remind me to continue to pray for you guys and yeah. So, it is funny that a lot of people, their names have to do with foods and drinks. It's either that or animals, of course. So proud of the baptism that happened on the 12th. all that's were there some baptisms that happened on yeah, I guess that was just on Sunday there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I heard that. I never really thought of it, but yeah, Easter being like a not a baptism holiday, but just like a popular time for baptisms. But our church did that a couple weeks ago. They do it every couple months. Yes, sir. I posted pics, videos in my Discord, and I think Soli's as well. Okay. Son got baptized. Nice. That's awesome. I'll. Was that a while back? I know I've seen some of your posts in Discord, but I haven't been on Discord a ton lately, or at least other people's channels, so I haven't really watched too much. If it's been recent, I'll have to go back and check. Alright, do we have enough for that one coaster that I wanted to build? I think we do. Which one was it? Shoot, now I don't remember. Oh, that's pretty cool. It even comes with like a castle. I like that. Kind of big. Like a centerpiece. Ooh, look at that. It's kind of ominous. Can we turn it? Look, there's even horses and carriages. Is that on the ground level? I think it is. 9,988 bucks. All right, let's just kind of hang out and wait for that. I was praising God so much that day. Not only was it Easter for your church, but I seen the baptism that day too. I was rejoicing. Yeah, baptisms are great. He got saved on February 1st, and 2 days ago got baptized. That's awesome. That reminds me, I need to check in on my neighbor. She is Coptic, so she would have done Easter this week. Okay. That's good. That's good that you check up on your neighbors. We should be doing that regularly as well. I know our neighbors to the side of us, I think they just had a baby a month or so ago, so we haven't really seen them around, but it's not been great weather, so that's cool. I don't know how to say Christ has risen in any other languages other than Greek and Russian. Well, you just said it in you just said it in English, so. Alright, come on. 200 more bucks. People buying umbrellas. There's a lot of umbrellas. Should increase the price of umbrellas. It's a good way to make money when it's raining. In garage. She's generally the sweetest person. She's been having a bit of hip trouble. But I saw her coming from the shops when I was running past her because it was raining. Well, that's awfully sweet of you to be checking in on your neighbors. That's a good thing. So close. Come on. Man. And of course, then we had to pay our employees. What is this, a charity? No, just joking. Just kidding, just kidding. Don't get so mad at me. You're one of a few that is following Love Thy Neighbor. Praise the Lord, that's what my video was about today. Oh, nice. It's a good topic. 3 trains. 1 car per train, huh? Battering ram trains. Can't make this stuff up, huh? Okay, we'll let it do its testing. Looks like a fun ride, though. What does it look like without all the decorations? Okay. They actually fit that in there, huh? That's cool. Love your neighbor as yourself. Yep. Definitely. Personally, I'm an atheist, but we definitely need more community, and a simple check-in doesn't hurt. That is true. No, that is great. That being said, theology fascinates me to no end. Well, good. Well, I pray that you look into more of that. Pray that you feed into your curiosity. I appreciate you being here, Yoshi. We need more workers. Well, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I wasn't saying that just to get you to follow me, but I definitely do appreciate the follow. You're like, in that case, unfollow. Snowman. There can't be a snowman here. Alright, what else we got? So we can do tiger. There's tigers in the forest, right? Or were you? May never know. It's a good chill vibe. Yeah, no, that's what I'm kind of going for. I'm not crazy and eccentric, yelling, screaming, jumping up and down. So, I like to have a good time. And besides, I don't have like an enclosed room. I'm just like in a kind of family room den area. I'd be like shouting through the whole house if I was making a ruckus. I know it's just me and my wife, but still. And poor little Chetty over here, he's sleeping. Little Chetty bear, sleeping. You don't want to scare him. Okay. Okay. I'm told to lay off my curiosity. I endeavor in theology, philosophy, and history so much to the point of where it's basically my only concern other than the well-being of my fellow brothers. It honestly upsets me, to be honest. It's good to be interested in it, but yeah, I mean, just like anything, you don't want whatever to be an idol and to take over your life and stuff. You want to have a healthy balance of it, and you know, we're not meant to know everything, so, you know, trying to push yourself to know everything is just gonna be, it's just gonna exhaust you. So. Alright, we're starting to get some more food places. So, let's go ahead and add some more. Starting to get a little bit busier over here. Oh, I never connected. Now I don't think I can. Can I make it? I didn't. I made it too close. Darn it. Let me see if this will work. Oof. It might work actually. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I meant to connect this corner before, and I totally forgot. So I'm glad it actually works. Wait, I thought y'all had a child or two.
Oh, hey, yo.
No, we don't. We want to. But there's been some health things keeping that from us, and but we're working on it. Mrs. Pickles has had some things done and a procedure done recently to help with some of that, and there may be some other stuff coming down the road, but yeah, we'd like to at some point, so God willing. Hey, and there you go. Thank you for chicken and pickle orthodox. I'm gonna go into monasticism, but I don't. But it doesn't feel like I'm honestly supported in this way of life I choose. Not as in a people I'm with doesn't care about me, but as in since we have different perspectives on things, it's seen as a disgrace. Monasticism. I've never really looked into that. Now I'm curious. I mean, there's ways to do it, but I think you also want to know, you want to check your heart behind it as well. Like, are you doing it for personal things, or is it truly for seeking God and growing closer? And really praying about it to see if, you know, is that what God really wants? Is that what plan God has for your life and what he wants for you? I don't know. It's only something that you and God can kind of figure out and come to the right answer. So, what's your draw towards atheism, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, that is an interesting thing. I do sometimes I do wonder on that for certain people. But no pressure, Yoshi, if you don't want to answer whatever. We're not here to pester you or make you uncomfortable or anything. It's more, like Swank said, it's out of just genuine curiosity. Put a few trash cans around. So what do people think about this ride? They're probably like, this is really cheap. This is a good value. What do we have to? Oh yeah. That excitement level is really high. We should probably put some of these little screens in here so that people are happy. Okay. Only 3 trains. At least there's 6 people that can go in a train. That's good. Understood. I will pray about that then. I don't know why, but I truly thought you did already. My bad. Hey, no worries. No, I don't try to get into too many personal things on stream, and it's more of just in private conversations with friends and stuff. So. I'm always happy to. I know, and I trust you, Psycho Joker, so I don't mind having like private conversations with you or whatever on Discord and stuff like that. But I can always fill you in a little bit. Yeah, no stress. I say it with the caveat that it's not me trying to be proselytize atheism, if you can call it that. But for me, But for me... Oh, you're still finishing what you're saying. Okay. Why do you feel the need to go as far as monasticism? It's a respectful path, but we can follow Christ without having to withdraw ourselves so much. Yeah, that is one interesting thing, because I know that, you know, God does call us to be in a community and be together, and I mean, maybe I just don't know enough about the other, but if that is more of isolating, I feel like that kind of goes against, you know, how God wants us to be, you know, living in community and living in a way to support each other and stuff like that. So I don't know. That is a good point. Like I said, I just don't know enough about it, and what people do, and reasons, whatnot. Complete ignorance. But just asking from a genuine curiosity. Let's see. Well, that's quite the pathway underground. Okay. Well, they go pretty far. I guess I can put some more of these screens on here. I didn't realize how long people were waiting in line here. So we can do that for most of these. We'll have to fix that other ride there. Did that one already. Oop, we got an answer. Alright, let me refresh this really quick and then I'll read that. Really not that run down. Reliability is pretty high. Maybe it's just too expensive. But like my personal philosophy tends to approach it from the scientific approach, and that personally I'm not convinced that the evidence for a higher being is there. And the written scripture doesn't convince me. When I was a bit younger, I was in the edgy atheist crowd, and I do hold on to it a bit, but discarded a lot of the negative. Religion is a source of all wrongdoing that gets bandied about. Of course, I still think that religion has been used as an excuse for a lot of wrongdoing. Yeah, definitely. I would, let's see. There is an audio book. I mean, they have a real book. Let me find it really quick. And it would be interesting if you want to read it or listen to it. I can listen to stuff on Spotify, a certain amount each month, and let's see, what was it? I wish that it would list ones that I have already read. Shoot. It was titled, like, I don't have enough faith to be an atheist. I think that's what it's called. And it goes through the evidence of how the Bible is true, and I'll be interested to get your take on that, what you think about that. So let me search that and see. Yeah. So it's the book called I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist, and it's a book by Frank Turek and Norman Geisler. So I really enjoyed listening to it on audiobook. It was really good. So if you're into reading or listening to books and would be interested in something like that, I really enjoyed that book. Oh man, what song was that? What was the name of the song that was going on. I was not paying attention enough to the music. But it's also compelled people to rise above and beyond to do truly great things. I guess maturity of life has made me realize that people take a lot of growth and community from it, and if it motivates them to be better, who am I to say otherwise? Yeah, and I guess just like seeing of what people believe, and it's interesting that like if you think that like the Bible isn't true, that like Jesus wasn't real, and you hear about the apostles, his disciples, that the people that walked with him in real life and experienced life with him, they all had pretty rough life. They for standing for and believing what they experienced and what they experienced firsthand, and sharing that. I mean, you'd think that people wouldn't go to the great lengths that they did and endure the pain and death that is almost all of them, but John, were martyred for their faith. So, but yeah, Swink will have a lot of good stuff here. he's quite eloquent here. I'm picking apart a lot of the Richard Dawkins stuff. I have the philosophy, as in they approach religious people as being too literal with their faith, rather than taking the stories of religious texts as allegories of morality. Well, that's the thing. Some stories are like if you have parables and things, there are stories that were told back at the time to convey a message easier. But I mean, there were real stories, that really happened, and they have lots of documentation, and that I mean, they're saying, like in the book I was mentioning, they talk about how there's so many sources and so many manuscripts that for the Bible, way more than any other book back in history. I mean, you look at, well, I think he compared it to like the Odyssey and some of the early Greek literature and stuff. Like, there's way more copies that match up with each other and everything than even some of the older stuff. That's non-religious and stuff. So, the Rainbow Connection. Oh, I don't know if I remember that one. Shoot, what game is that from? Bit of a word dump. Bit of a word dump. Swank is like, here, hold my coffee. From a scientific approach, I would say God's creation is amazing, down to the cellular structure of every single piece of grass in my yard. The science behind my wife giving birth to our 3 kids, and the universe itself, it's amazing what God has created and put in place. That's true. Everything is very specially crafted and created and unique. That it's like, how can any of that have been done by accident? I agree with you, though, that people use religion for their own gain, and biblically speaking, they are sinning. Yeah, and that's the fallenness of humanity, with sin in the world. That there's brokenness, and we all fall short. We all make mistakes. Some people make mistakes to different degrees, but you know what? We're not perfect. So, even as us as people that are religious or of a faith, we still are imperfect people. We're just as human as anyone else. So, there's a lot of non-biblical texts that refers to events that happened in it. That's true. There are. Yeah. Very true. Not from a game, it's from the original Muppet movie. Okay. I don't know if I've seen a couple Muppet movies, but I don't think I've seen all of them. I've seen a few of them. Many Roman scholars back in the 1st and 2nd centuries confirmed Jesus actually lived. Yeah. That's one of my gripes. Like, dude, he was almost certainly real. Yeah, there's so many things that, you know, reflect him, and so many things that back up that story, and just his realness, his humanity, that they mention it in passing, like of course it's real. Monasticism has always stuck to my heart deeply. I've meditated on this, and I'm still meditating on it to make sure that this is not a type of free list. Ultimately, I have the ability to be cleansed in such a way to be recovering the image of the human nature through theosis. And why not go into this? You were right about the second sentence in this too, but this is the path that God's been calling for someone, yet this seems to be the life I hope to endeavor for God. Yeah, I guess I just wonder, like, what, as long as, like, the purpose you have for it, is it for building God's kingdom? Is it for the betterment of other Christians? Is it, you know, for turning others to Christ? I don't know. That's something that only you and God can answer. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Not that I'm here to give you a tell you one way or another or anything, but just notice the time. Promised my fiance run some errands. I may be back if you're still streaming. I'll be probably getting off in a few minutes. But it's good to see you, Yoshi. Thank you for stopping by. It's good to have some conversation with you. Hope that you can come back again, and yeah, it's good to have you here. Thank you for also listening and everything. It's good to hear what you have to say as well. So yeah. Yeah, there's so much to back up what he was, that he was real, but it's hard to believe the supernatural parts of what he did. Yeah, it is hard because, yeah, it can be. I don't disagree to that, because it's not something that, you know, necessarily we see on a regular basis now, but, you know, the miracles that he did were for special and certain purposes. So, lemonade market or lemonade stall? Why are there two different ones? Themed stall selling old style fresh lemonade, or a stall selling refreshing lemonade drinks. Do you want it old style or refreshing? It does sound good though. I could go for some lemonade. It sounds really good right now. Further discussion about philosophy. What's happening? What are you talking about? Is that from Swank, maybe? If you truly feel the calling, then I'm with you. Yeah. Like I said in my last sentiment, it's a life I hope to endeavor for God. Okay. Well, good. Well, I hope all the best for you in that then. Right, can we get this? There. Gotta change perspective to get this in here. There we go. There we go. What color hats do we want to do? We're gonna do like bright green. That is a good value. All right, you say so. Yeah, how many people have used the ATM? 35 people so far. Hey, satisfaction. What are? I'm not satisfied getting money out of this ATM for free. I'm not satisfied getting more money. That is funny. I still think it's a good value, huh? Okay, we'll leave it at that. I guess he would likewise have to understand the intention of an Orthodox monastery, understand who it's for, why is it, and is this right for me or not? Yeah. I don't know enough about that. So about that denomination. So. I know, because I know the undrafted, he's Orthodox, and so I've heard a little bit from him, but outside of that, yeah, I don't know enough about it, because I grew up non-denominational, so yeah, I would never be one to stand in someone's way pursuing a calling. That's true. Yeah, you don't want to be preventing someone from carrying out God's call in their life. So but yeah, if that's what you feel God is calling you to and everything, yeah, I would definitely say go for it. And yeah, just stay in tune with him and the Holy Spirit, and let him guide you through it. Yeah. Whenever I asked about monasticism for me, it is ultimately a loaded question that would need to be simplified, or else I can be describing it in many ways for a heavy minute. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of dimensions to it. I bet it is quite a loaded topic. So, and it's, you know, something that it's not normal, or I mean, it's not as common in our culture for that, so I'm sure a lot of people just don't understand it very well, so that makes sense. Oh, there's a few people that got a couple. Oh no, they're all random. That's right. These are random color, right? Yeah. Okay, it's like should all be green. No, they're all different colors. So. Yeah, instead of saying I'm going into monasticism, you could say I'm going all in for God. Yeah, just say you're going all in for God. And then when they want to have more detail about that, then you can kind of get into a certain level, and as they question more, then you can get deeper and deeper into more and more detail and all that stuff. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. At least from my perspective, someone on the outside of it. Yeah, I feel like if you use that term, that anyone that, you know, anyone that doesn't necessarily have your background probably wouldn't understand it and kind of be a little more confused, because it's just something that, you know, we don't really hear or know as much about. So, makes sense. That is a good way to keep it light. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's good. And I mean, it's good because, you know, there's, you know, God has different callings on our life for different times. And looks like there's is he fixing something? Coaster, the bobsled stopped. That you know, God has things in our lives for certain seasons. And, you know, he may direct us to do something in particular for a certain amount of time, and then he has something else in mind after that. So it's not, you know, we're not always going to be doing the same thing for the rest of our lives. There's different things we can do to obey him and to carry out his will. So, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I hear about people that, you know, they're called in to be a missionary, and they're in the mission field for a certain amount of time, and then after that they're called back, and then they do something different, and, you know, all sorts of different stuff. Or we're called to just be salt and light in our community around the people that we're in, or to our families, or whatever. So everyone has a different calling, so it changes and is different at different parts of our lives. And so yeah, I think people just get surprised when there's a certain label on it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. All right, do we have enough? We thought 13,000. All right, let's do a fun coaster. Let's do something. Ooh, stand up. There. This is actually pretty big. We do something like that. What do we got? Where are we at? All right. Invisible trees, please. Large elm tree in the way. Can you just like get rid of these large elm trees? That'd be great. All right. Put it right there. That'll give us a little bit of room, and maybe we can do something else around it. We can do maybe a duplicate flat ride. Maybe we'll do another like mace ride over here, something small. Okay. 2 trains, 4 cars. Yeah, it's probably good to have separate trains just to have it broken out a little bit. 3 block sections. Still never built a ride that has block sections. I don't quite fully understand how those work. Maybe someday I'll understand there and try it. But I'm not very good at building rides by themselves anyways, so I don't know. This looks like a fun ride. There's some good speed to it. Some good banked corners. Ooh. It's a good spot for some brakes. Coming down into that. Okay, cool. I like that. That's a good ride. I appreciate you guys being here in this conversation and everything too. It's always nice to have that in Swink. I always appreciate your perspective as well. Sometimes I have a hard time articulating things. So, but no, this has been good, and appreciate you guys also being very considerate and welcoming for Yoshi as well. So, I know you're probably thinking no-brainer kind of thing, but nice for someone with his background to come in and want to have a conversation and just be kind of open and honest, and not feel pressured or whatnot. So it was good. Prayers for you and your calling and endeavor to serve God the way you feel you're being called to. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, even like this, like me streaming almost feels sort-ish like a ministry because of the time we spend and reading His Word, discussion, and reading through a devotion and all that, and just being a community for. I mean, a lot of it is community for different Christians to come in and just be and listen and learn and all of that, but yeah, which has really gotten, if with me starting to stream way, not I guess way, but when I first started, if I would have known that I was going to be doing some of this, I would have been like, really? I doubt that. I wouldn't. I don't know if I believe you, but yeah, it's just nice to have a positive impact on other people. Sorry, I haven't talked too much, just relaxing, and a huge storm is hitting right now, so keeping an eye on what is trying to decongest while trying to decongest before bed. I totally understand. Psycho Joker, no worries. Take your time. I'm just glad that you've been here and lurking, and it's good to hear from you. And yeah, hope that you're doing better and things are turning around for you a bit. I enjoy hearing other perspectives and asking why they feel the way they do. Never do it to belittle people, but I genuinely wonder where they are coming from because it intrigues me. And I like getting to know people. Yeah. I'm not always the best at asking questions and things like that, so... But that is a really good perspective to come from. And just asking questions, just getting them to kind of, explain things and to understand where they're coming from. Maybe what kind of experiences they have that have led to what they think, and so, yeah, it's good. It's good to just let them talk and get that out rather than like talking at them. They don't need that. No one needs that. I don't know. I have never taken my beliefs as serious before I got into the orthodoxy. Yeah, it just depends on kind of where you're at, who you're around, what. Yeah. Because I know, like, the church I'm at now is definitely... I mean, part of it, too, like, yeah, it's who you're around, but then as you grow older, you mature, and you're around deeper discussion, and... I would at least imagine. But I know the church I'm at and the small groups I'm in and stuff, there's a lot of good discussion and just a lot more depth and everything, so I've never always been a theist. I've always been a theist, sorry, just never been so compelled to learn about God. Yeah. I feel like as I've gotten older, it's just a lot of that has just gotten every year it just kind of gets a little bit deeper and deeper and just a little bit new understanding or seeing different perspectives and understanding more context, like in the word and stuff like that, and just, yeah. And just, I don't know, as being an adult, just kind of realizing what's more important as well, so. The more I dig into the Gospels, the more it comes alive to me. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I think one of the coolest things is just understanding more context, because there's so many little things in the Word of stuff that you probably just gloss over when you don't understand, the culture that they're in, what some of the words mean, because a lot of the words they use, the language has so much more deep meaning, and yeah, there's just a lot. There's so many different little things that like just jump out you once you understand context or whatnot. That it's like, oh my gosh, this means way different than I originally thought, or just like on like such a higher level that it's just like, oh, before it just seemed like, oh, this happened and that happened, but then you understand where they're at and what was happening around at the time, what kind of events go on, what customs of the people they were, or what happened in history recently, or just all sorts of things like that. So oh man, it's already 10:30. All right, I think it's a good time to probably wrap up for the night, which is a bummer because we're having a good conversation, but it's been good. I feel like you guys have been, there's been a good number of people throughout like the whole night just kind of coming through and chatting and keeping things going. It's always nice. I always like that more than just kind of talking to myself. So, and then when you learn how much the Old Testament is affirmed in the New Testament is amazing. Yeah. So, Swank, I don't know how much you listen to podcasts and stuff like that, but one that I've come across that's been really good is, you jumping down, Chetty? Okay. It's, what is it called? I have it on Spotify. Let me get it right so I don't say the wrong thing. Yeah, it's the Live Free with Josh Howerton. It's a really good podcast. I've really enjoyed it, and he digs into a lot of stuff. If you go and listen to some of the last several episodes, he does like one episode a week. There's some really good stuff. So I would recommend listening to that if you enjoy stuff like that. That's true. As I've read through the New Testament and now reread some of it again, I never have seen how many things I missed that makes the New Testament so much more clear. Obviously not on my own understanding, but by the Holy Spirit and what that means by my perspective. Yeah. I mean, the Holy Spirit enlightens you with understanding different things whenever you read. And so you could, I mean, I hear of people that are much older than me that have read the Bible way more times than I have, and you know, they say every time they read it, something new pops out to them and is revealed to them. And so I totally believe that. Haven't heard of it. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's a pretty fun podcast. My wife saw like some shorts or like clips on Instagram from his channel. He'll take like little snippets from his podcast and put it on Instagram. And then I looked it up on Spotify and started listening. It's really good. Amazing what the Holy Spirit reveals to us when we're ready. Yeah, that is true. Okay, let me find a spot to make... Man, this is like such a tiny park. Oops, not the wrong button. I wanted to turn off this stuff. What can we do? Oh. Something like this. There. We'll do something like that. We'll close that out. Alright, we'll do a screenshot there. Be good for the thumbnail. Okay. Cool. For my baptism, I'm gonna pick my saint name to be Joseph, the son of Israel, because the Bible called him handsome. I've never heard of picking a saint name like that. Okay. Well, David was too. I heard that David was also a good-looking guy. So, dude, I've been watching so many of Josh and never realized what his name was. Okay, so you know the guy. Okay, cool. Well, awesome. Yeah, he has a whole podcast. So, yeah, check it out, man. It's good stuff. So he left everything he owned in Joseph's hands, and with him there he did not concern himself with anything except for the food which he ate, and now Joseph was beautiful in form and was beautiful in appearance. Well, good thing we know that Joseph wasn't writing that. It's always funny when you come across ones where like he talks about how like good Moses was, like how humble he was or whatever. It's like, dude, you wrote that. You were saying that about yourself. Okay, well, let me save the game here, and let's find someone to raid out to. I hate to cut the conversation short. It's great having you guys here, but I also need sleep. So let's see who we can raid out to. You know what? Pyro Beastman, he raided me a long time ago, and I followed him, and I have not raided over to his channel. I don't think I've ever raided over to his channel yet. So, let's go raid over there. He's playing some Pokemon Fire Red, so that's similar to my Leaf Green that I've been playing, so that'll be fun if you guys enjoyed that. So, let's, Pyro Beastman. Some of these names are interesting and hard to... Luckily that's not too bad, but some people's names are hard to spell, or they use weird things to... repeated letters or symbols. Makes it hard to type it. Alright. I'm gonna set the raid up over there. I won't be able to stay very long, unfortunately, but please give him a follow. I think he's a newer streamer too, but do need sleep. Can't be falling asleep in class again. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Pickle. Good to see you. Thank you for being here and having some good conversation. And Wank as well. It's always good to have you around as well. God bless you guys and everyone else lurking and those that came and already left. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Let's get the raid started. And I don't know if I'll be live. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. I might jump on and play some Minecraft and put it on the Discord to just kind of play in that live channel. And any of you guys can do that, post what you're playing, and so people can tune in and watch and just kind of hang out and chat. Typing chat, not audio chat. But yeah, check out the Discord. You're welcome to join. Yeah, we'll send you over to Pyro Beastman. I think he's a Christian streamer. I haven't been over there too much. But, yeah. Anyways, have a great night. Take care, guys, and we'll see you either Thursday, maybe Friday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just keep your notifications on. All right. See you guys. Take care.